Hi humans, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anita. Today I'm going to be talking about a subject that is not a happy one. I'm going to be talking about what not to say to someone who is grieving. Grieving happens to all of us. Death is a fact of life. Now that someone is grieving, we are always looking for what to say, but I can tell you you would rather keep quiet than say the things I'm about to tell you not to say. I have made these mistakes myself. I have said some of these words before, but I've realized they don't help. So, number one, never ever say, at least. When you say the word at least, just know whatever is coming after is just not cool. At least they died peacefully in their sleep. At least they are no longer in pain. When someone is grieving, whether someone is in pain or not, they are believing for them to get better. So there's no point you telling them at least they died and they are no longer in pain, or at least they died peacefully in their sleep, or at least it was not a terrible death. No, don't say such things to people who are grieving. And then projecting the future and telling them how time heals, how it's going to get better, how you can't tell that to someone who has lost someone, telling them how it's going to get better, how time heals. No one wants to hear that when they've lost someone. And then sharing your experience. When someone has lost a loved one, they don't want to know about your experience. Probably this person has lost a husband or a child, and probably you too have lost, and you've come to see them and you're telling them about your experience. These are different circumstances, different experiences. Everyone is special to anyone in their own way. Do not tell them about your experience and all that when people are grieving. Probably maybe a few years later, but and then you find someone looking at the pictures of their loved ones or playing their videos, and you start telling them that is not going to help. You need to stop doing that. Let the dead be dead. My God, that kind of things we say are just not cool. Unsolicited advice. If someone who is grieving has not asked you for their help or how to go about their grief, please do not give your advice. Those who talk about the stages of grief, how there's the stage of grieving, then denial, then accept, all those stages of grieving. No one wants to hear about them when they have lost a loved one. Please stop saying those things. Then sometimes we say, be grateful you had them in your life. Be grateful you had someone that loved you. Be grateful you had a child. Some women go through life without having children. You are so lucky you had a child. Oh, at least you have 2 remaining. Oh, you have please just shut up instead of saying that bullshit when people are grieving. I think it's best to keep quiet, show up, and maybe hug someone, but don't give. You're just going to open your mouth and say things that don't help the person who is grieving. Share in the comments section the things you don't want anyone to ever tell you when you're grieving, or some of the things that people said, and you're like, what is wrong with him or her? Share them and let's continue this conversation. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. And share this video if it helps you in any way. Until next time, take care of yourself and yours. Goodbye.